and I wanted to share that with you today. I'm being called in many different ways to share my story. I don't really understand why. I feel like I've shared it with a lot of people, but right now, I don't know. I'm being called to share it here. So, I want to start by telling you that up until now, my life has been full of a lot of things, just like a lot of you. But I've started to realize that as a child, I grew up around a lot of abusive situations and mental illness. And it was others, my mother's in particular, mental illness, that I believe shaped the way that I think now. And while it allowed me a way to escape my situation and learn how to get through struggles, it also taught me some things that were a little bit negative, because I heard a lot of negativity. But when I look back on everything, despite everything I've heard, I've always been a little bit rebellious, but not in the sense of saying I don't believe it what anybody says. It's more like I believe that as humans, we're here to experience everything we can and then somehow bring that back to a collective consciousness and God. So that's what I believe. And this is from my experiences, like I said. My experiences as a young child, I grew up in a household with a mom who had schizoaffective disorder. And I feel that her disorder did not ground me in reality. So as a child, I grew up in her reality, believing that everything was true. And I've told people this before, but I've never talked about this like publicly, only usually to people close to me. But when you're raised by someone with mental illness that is severe, and there's some way that your mind twists to understand what they are going through, and their reality will become yours. As a young child, maybe older, you have more experience, but as a young child, you believe that. So I've told people that basically when I was a child, if my mother looked up at the sky and said, "What a beautiful green sky that is," I would have thought that it was green. And even if I would have seen that it was blue, I would have believed her that it was green. I would have thought, I must be seeing this wrong. And I would have just agreed with her. So that is a different way to be thinking. So then in my teenage years, as I started to be exposed to what actually is real and normal, it was really hard for me to put that together. And so, part of me still, when I can't really accept something, part of me still goes back to that. Okay, I need to think differently. Okay, it's really easy for me to think differently. It's hard for me to stay in the moment. So yesterday, right now things are not great for me. Okay, financially, they're really bad financially. And I was speaking with a family member, and they're feeling it more than I am at the moment. And I'm feeling it to the point of it's really hard to get out of those thoughts, but I can because I know how. But with this person, no, it's different. And I tried to explain, it's like you're waiting. If things are bad for you, okay, whatever you're going through, it could be relationship, it could be job, it could be just personally, maybe you're having issues with addiction. I don't know, when you get in those situations, the first thing you do is, you start to blame yourself. What did I do wrong? How can I fix this? Whatever. That's normal. But when you get stuck in it and you start beating yourself up over it and you start complaining about everything around you, it just gets worse. You feel better just letting it out. But in reality, it's like you're bringing it to life, because the more you think that way, the more it is that way, okay? And so I went through that for about a week, and I can't stay in that kind of feeling. I just can't. I'm assuming it's because of the way that I grew up, and I'm assuming it's because, like I said, I have a tendency to go towards fantasy to help cope. It's a coping mechanism that I've learned. And the way I think about it is this: if I'm waiting in the checkout line and it's really long, which right now, if you go to the grocery store, you'll see it's really long. If you're waiting in the checkout line and it's really long and you feel like, oh my God, they don't have enough people working here. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm never going to make it to my next thing. Oh my God, I need to go home and do this. Oh my God, okay, first of all, you can think that all you want, but you're still in line and you still have to wait your turn, right? So do you want to stand there and think that way, and then the next thing you know, you're going to be saying those things out loud to other people, right? And the other people, maybe they were not thinking that way. They were just okay with waiting. All of a sudden, the other people aren't okay with waiting either, because your reactions either irritate them to where they start thinking badly towards you, or they also start thinking, yeah, she's right. Why are we waiting so long in this line? Why don't they have more people working here? So you're either going to rub off on others, or you're going to be discarded by others. But that kind of reaction, it's not helping you at all. And it's definitely not going to do anything to get you forward in the line, because no matter what, you still got to wait. So when you get through those bad periods in your life where maybe you're having some difficulties, remember that. You can spend all the time while you're having difficulties focusing on the difficulties and making them bigger than they are, or you can try to put your mind somewhere else, because the difficulty is going to exist no matter what. You might not be able to find an answer. You might just have to go through it. So you just have to wait in line, wait your turn. Things will get better. Situations always change. Think about how long, no matter how young you are, you can think about any situation that was bad. When you started to make it worse, your friends, your family, they also started to gripe. Everybody started to complain. The energy of the complaining was so huge that the situation became massive. If you make it become that massive, you just feel like you want to die. And you're not supposed to do that, That's not how it is. You have to turn around and make it better. And the only way to make it better is to just at least enjoy what you have. Enjoy the little moments. Enjoy just making dinner. And if you're having trouble with that, you can seek help to help with anxiety so that you can do that in a healthy way, Anyway, that's it.